Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs, envy strong style cinephile Titans. You can't see it because it's out of frame, but I'm sitting on a stool because I had to sit down for this one. These are like my notes that I took on the episode. It is with trepidation and fear that I click on the play button on HBO Max on a given week when it's a new episode of Titans. Why? Because it just, I want the show to be good. I do. It has a lot of potential. Lots of potential. It's Titans. I grew up a huge Marvel guy. I was never a huge DC guy as a kid till I got older. Because I didn't dive into the comics. I saw movies and stuff like that. So of course it was Batman, Superman all the time, which I didn't care for either one of those two characters. Still don't. But then to finally kind of dive into, your Flashes and your various Lanterns, your Justice Society, your Titans and Teen Titans and that sort of thing. I love all that stuff. Suicide Squad, of course. Love all that stuff. So it's we're getting live action Titans. We're getting something that's not Superman and Batman yet. Of course, it's they're in Gotham and it's Bat family character centered. But it's still Titans at the root of it. So I'm I wanted to succeed. And then the show has potential. And then this show has writers and a showrunner who just want to take that potential and just crap all over it every season. And we get this. So this episode ends up with Crane's plan is to poison the water supply. It's lifted from Batman Begins, and he ends up using the Titans because he's trying to get his poison into the water supply. He was apparently using a concrete drill on 10-foot steel and needed a settling torch to get through it. Who's a walking torch? Starfire. So he manipulates, I guess, the Titans into Starfire shooting at him and thus burning through the thing that he was trying to drill through into the water supply. Now the whole water supply gets poisoned. Okay, beginning of the episode, he has a falling out with Jason. Jason, who's apparently clear-headed now, and he's clean, and he wants to come home, and he goes to a adult theater type of thing, where you can cater to your voyeuristic desires, watch people bone and all that kind of stuff. He uses that to have this come to Jesus moment about confessing what he did, coming to terms with what he did about killing Hank and other stuff that he's done, and advice from this naked woman sitting there, which it just the stuff. You could have shot that without having just full-on frontal nudity from the woman. And I'm not a prude or anything. I've seen porn in my day and all that kind of stuff. But it's unnecessary. It's just trying to be adult for the sake of being able to say, oh, look at us, we're adult. We say F words and we have boobs. And it's just totally unnecessary. We knew Connor and Blackfire were going to knock boots at some point in time. We got the aftermath of that in the episode, and then we got them actually in the act doing, bumping and grinding and all that kind of stuff, which I'm again, I'm no prude, but I don't think it's necessary to visually take up screen time to see that. Screen time that could have gone to anybody else, some people that sorely need development. Garth is stupid, and just the conversation that they had, where he is just bound and number one, he's bound and determined to go bring Jason back to the fold. Whenever then they have this conversation where they're debating on bringing him in and how he needs Dick says he needs to be held accountable because he killed people, and Gar is you guys didn't hold me accountable when Cadmus did whatever to me, you just took me back. And it's Corey goes into there's got to be two ways of being a better Batman, either the Batman that kills or the Batman that doesn't. And it's it's stupid because she just fried somebody in the last episode. It was a mobster, true enough, but she just killed somebody, just fried him, and other people that she's taken out, stuff like that. You can't have people who already have blood on their hands trying to be this moral center. to take the moral high ground in an argument. Number one. Number two, like, Cadmus was experimenting on Guard, which is why he did what he did. So we know that it was totally not him. Jason knew full well, like, Jason went into this knowing just how they're trying to just hand wave the fact that he killed Hank amongst them. It's like you want to bring and nobody brought that up, how they want to bring him back home under the same roof with people who were teammates of the dude that he killed. Like, and they're supposed to be fine with that, and it's just like, we're just gonna get this stupid, oh, the drugs made him do it, and I'm just, this redemption, atonement, as I said, we're gonna be barreling towards this by the end of the season, this redemption, atonement storyline crap for Jason, which is just stupid. Like, they made him just a full-on baddie. They should have stuck with that, but nope, can't do that. Stuff with Tim, where he just shows up and he's, which is apparently straight from the comics, where he just basically shows up and says, hey, I know you're Robin, I know Bruce is Batman. It just, the exposition dump with him as far as like how he knows, it's like, it's like, how can you know what you know as far as like, oh, well, I saw, Robin did this one-handed meat hook or something, or acrobatic move or whatever, and Nightwing does the same thing. Like, how did he see that? How did people get pictures of that? I imagine over the years, people would get pictures of Batman and Robin in action, and Nightwing in action, maybe, I don't know. But just that whole Expo dump was kind of like, okay, whatever. I understand it because we need Drake to be Robin. Will he be Robin by the end of the season, or training by the end of the season? Who knows? Because he gets shot in this episode. Corey having visions, again, what those visions mean, we don't know. I've seen some people speculate that Blackfire is actually going to turn on them by the end of the season, the next couple episodes or something. I don't know, because this was episode 8, so we have 5 more episodes of this stuff that needs to be handed out. We still have to get Rachel back in the fold, get Donna resurrected, and still deal with the Red Hood and Crane and, or I guess, are we dealing with the Red Hood anymore? I don't know. Deal with Crane and Blackfire if she is the true villain, which, knowing this show, it'll be, the turn will happen in the closing moments of episode 12, and thus episode 13 will be where they have to smash everything together and rush this, like, whatever villainous plans that Blackfire has. That's when it'll happen, episode 13. So it's just, the show is too many characters. It's not structured well, it's not written well. The logic of these characters is just absolutely just stupid. And it's because of the tone that they're going for the show. Like, they're having them be, gritty and grounded and dark and realistic. All those stupid buzzwords that don't apply because we're dealing with freaking comic books and comic book characters. It's nails on a chalkboard to me whenever I read or see people talking about how gritty or how grounded or realistic something is going to be in a comic book show, because it's a comic book show. We're fundamentally dealing with unrealistic stuff. You cannot bring that back to realistic. And we need to really just stop saying that, because it just makes us sound so stupid. And it's a fool's errand to expect that from a comic book freaking show. So the showrunner, with the tone and this crying, this outcry to be taken as adult and serious and mature, with F-bombs and deaths and killing and this and that, you can't have like that and then like it. Dude. Honestly, I lost my train of thought there. This show just makes me so angry. It's just because it could be so good, and it's just so not. And just characters do stupid things for stupid reasons. There's plot-driven stupidity across the board. Like, I expect that from like the CW shows, from The Flash. We get that a lot, where villains or various characters need to be just kept around, just whatever reason. But it's to see it on this show, because the production values on the show are great. I just wish the writing would match the production. I want the show to get better. Will it get better? Who knows? I don't know at this point. At this point, the bar for me for this show is like set like on the floor right now. So anything like above that is, it's a win, I guess. I don't know. it's just, I'm sure there are tons of people out there that like, I read Reddit before I jumped on here. There's a lot of people that like the show and how it's going. I'm not one of those people. I expect more. I want them to do better. And they're just not. And it's like, I'm just looking at I'm trying to imagine the writer's room with all these ideas and stuff are getting kicked around. I imagine the showrunner like talking to the writers, well, the writers presenting the scripts to the actors, and are none of them like looking at these pages and just like, that's stupid. Why would my character do this? That's stupid. Like, I don't know. I mean, anyway, those are my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know. Comments below. Follow me. Social media. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Till next time, let us geek.